I am pleased to be joined by Amy Dacey, the Executive Director of the Sign Institute of Policy and Politics. Amy, thanks so much for joining me today.
You, Jason. It's good to see you. Thank you very much for doing this.
Well, I'm really appreciative of having you here. And for those that don't know, the Sign Institute has been around for at least 2 years now, actually going on 2 years. And the great thing about your position here is that this isn't something that you're just taking up because it was a great idea and a great opportunity. You have a really wonderful background in not only politics but also in other facets of communication. Give me a little bit of a background on your career and why AU was the most recent stop.
Right. Well, first of all, I am a proud Eagle. I went and got my master's degree here at American University at the School of Public Affairs, and so for me, it's a little bit of a coming home. But I think the reason I was so attracted to the work that President Burwell wanted and this commitment with the Sign Institute and Jeff and Samina Sign, like their interest in creating the institute, is in the world of policy and politics, we sometimes think that there's only one sector that's actually working on this, but in a great way, the Sign Institute really recognizes that the public sector, the private sector, certainly journalism, which a lot of your students would be interested in, nonprofits, academia, they all come together to make policy decisions. And we're really looking at this about how do we create opportunities for students to hear from leaders from those different sectors, to try and bring together diverse ideas. And we try to do that not only, I mean, we're based in the nation's capital, it certainly is as a resource for us, but we're also getting local and international perspectives as well. And so for us, it's in a nonpartisan way, trying to find those solutions to some of our biggest problems and challenges we see not only at home but abroad. And the Institute helps support that through programming. And in a great way, it's a university wide institute too. So we want to collaborate and partner with every single school on campus to really engage students both at the graduate and undergraduate level, and certainly bring our alumni in as well who have such incredible experience in the field with a lot of these issues.
Now that you're entering year number two, the first year was very successful with a roster of great fellows. This year has really built upon that successful first year. Let everyone know about the roster this year and who they can expect to see in not only on social, but also with video and as well as who they can expect to hear about.
Right. Well, listen, we've got a really exciting program. Our Sign Institute Spring Fellows is one of the cornerstones of what the Sign Institute does. This is the third cohort of interesting, people high level in the top of their field in various sectors come together. And what they do is they build out a seminar series, five different seminars around a central theme. They will be bringing in guest speakers. They will be talking about their experiences. And in a great way, this is easily accessible to students so they can, go to one seminar, they can go to all of them, and not to be intimidated if they don't make the first one, they can go to the second. And so we have all the information on the website. You can go through each individual seminar. We are honored to have such a diverse cohort. We have H.R. McMaster, who certainly has such experience in the national security realm, certainly of service to our country in the military. He's really breaking down and looking at some of the different parts of his more recent book that talk about these relations, structures, institutions, how they are affecting both at home and globally. He's devoted his time to be working with students to do this. And I think whether you're in the School of International Service or at the School of Communications or in the law school, you could find something really interesting with his seminar series. He's joined by Suzanne Clark, who's the president of the US Chamber of Commerce. She's talking about a lot of workforce issues and how that affects a community. So, building a job and creating a job in a community, how it affects the arts, how it affects the conversation, in the media, how it, certainly influences all those sectors. So she's bringing together an incredible program. We have Ann Curry, a world-renowned journalist who has been on the front lines, certainly in moments of conflict, has, been on the national stage as in interviewing some of the most prominent world leaders. And as a 30-year journalist, she started out locally, and then moved her way up. So in a lot of respects, she is really focused on journalism, and not only just for journalism students, but for all students who want to have a better understanding of our media and how we share information and what the future of journalism is. We are very fortunate to have her with her experience, and she, is coming in to do that. We have a gentleman, Gary Locke, who I don't know which experience you want to say, with Gary. Gary has been certainly a governor. He's been a congressman. He's been ambassador to China. He's been commerce secretary. He really is one of the individuals who has worked in every single sector and with every single sector. So he's going to be talking a lot about relations with China, talking about local government, talking about public administration, what we have to see. And after a year, where every single institution and some of the fabric of how all these places work together during certainly a global pandemic and a financial crisis, we are so fortunate to have, Gary joining us. We also have Wes Moore, who is president of the Robin Hood Foundation, who works to eradicate poverty and looks at communities. He's written several books on this. He talks and uses his personal experience to talk about this. His seminar series is really going to look about the roots of inequality, and certainly a lot how the economic indicators influence that. He's fantastic. He's written several books. I've been reading like crazy to get up to speed on all our fellows, and so he'll be joining us. And then we literally have President Kolinda Grabar, who is the president of Croatia, who's going to come and in a great way talk to us about, on the global stage, how she's had to bring different sectors together, whether it was the education policies she championed in her country, or whether it was the work, diplomacy. She's done a lot of work in diplomatic circles. So, and what I encourage everyone is that every single one of these individuals might have a recent job that's exciting, but they've all had long careers where they've done various things. Wes Moore did serve in our country and was in the military. So don't look at all of these as an opportunity to also go outside your wheelhouse and see, opportunities to talk about these issues. Like I said, they're going to be bringing in great guest speakers. And so this is an added interesting thing that I think can make your experience this semester incredible, but also give you tools as you move along in your career.
For students that obviously may not be 100% aware of the Sign Institute, you've done a really nice job of explaining what students can expect. Why should a student then take the time, and I say this in a positive, why should they take the time then and make sure they're taking part in these seminars?
Yeah, I think listen, I also have gotten my undergraduate master's degree. I think sometimes we're very focused on the classwork, and we have at American University, yourself included, Jason, like incredible faculty members who share their experiences, put together these course plans that are so beneficial. But a big part about your university experience too is to be opened up to new ideas. We have the ability, because of who American University is, to bring in these high profile, incredible individuals who've had amazing careers. And, in a great way, you can see some of the things you might want to accomplish, some of the characteristics you might say, this person's strong in this or in that. So I think it's an addition to really make sure that you have the most well-rounded education when you're at American University. And I think that there's a lot asked of students, certainly with their coursework and what they're needed to do. That's why these are set up that you can go attend one, you can attend all five, you can attend ones of different, fellows that you might find interesting. Many of them are scheduled during the noon hour or in the afternoon in between classes. So we try to make it accessible. So, this is something, and because this semester they will be virtual in a lot of respects, hopefully they're easier and accessible so that you can make them a part of your day and let your mind kind of wander and think outside of what you're doing. And in a great way, there's no assignments. There's no tests or papers. Like, you can just really kind of get into the conversation. There's an opportunity to ask questions in a lot of these. So I think, it's a great addition to make sure you make the most out of your time here at American University.
Where can people find more information, specific information about each of the fellows, and also get information about the sessions?
I'm so glad you asked that, Jason. So certainly on our website, on American University, if you go to the Sign Institute, you can sign up now for all the seminars and get them in your calendar and see and lock in time. There's more of a description on the individual seminar series and like what they'll be talking about. There's more information about the fellows. You might not know a lot about individual ones, but I encourage you to read their bio. The other thing is, I really would encourage you to, any student to sign up on our social media. We're on LinkedIn, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, and we're on Instagram. So we are constantly promoting and reminding people about our events through there. And in a good way, not only the fellowship program, but if you sign up online and when you go to the website, you can sign up for our newsletter. Our newsletter comes out every other week. It talks to you about great opportunities. It's Sign with programming. It'll remind you about the Fellows series. It also helps to promote things and interesting things that are happening that we want to highlight. And so becoming a part of that community will be a good reminder too. So there's a lot of ways to get information, and I encourage you to do that. But the seminars are ready to go. You can sign up now and get more information.